Hi everyone, welcome to this MBilling video tutorial. We will be discussing the batch update function today. The batch update button is present in most modules on the system and its function may seem simple, however it is important to understand how to use it properly. We will begin with an example. If we click the batch update button, you will see a blank form. If we change any fields in this form and then click save, the changes will apply to all entries in the module. For example, let's modify the add prefix option and enter 54. Then we will click save. You can see that all the entries in this module have been changed. Adding or modifying values can be done with this form. It is not possible to remove entries with this form. For example, if we try and click save in the batch update form with nothing entered, it will not remove entries. Instead, it will give us an error message. Removing values must be done one by one for safety reasons. You can see that the batch update button is actually a drop-down menu. We can select either all or selected. This allows us further control of which entries will be affected. To use the select option, you must first select entries and then click select on the batch update dropdown. Make sure to follow the steps in this order to avoid issues. We can now begin with a small example. We will select two entries, try changing the field, and then save the changes. So I selected two entries, and then I will click Batch Update Selected. I will now modify the prefix. You can see that only these two entries have the 57 prefix, and all the others remain with the 54. If we select two options but accidentally click the Batch Update All function, you can see that it will update everything and ignore a selection. It is important to always click Selected from the Batch Update dropdown if you wish to use only selected entries. To take full advantage of this function, we should combine it with the use of filters. We will demonstrate this in the tariff screen. First, we will apply a filter only for the Magnus plan. Then we will apply a filter for only the 55 prefix. You can now see that the entries that meet these two requirements are listed on screen. We can now apply a Batch Update All function and update only these entries. This will allow us to modify only the entries that are filtered. You can see that our changes have been applied to all of the filtered options. We can continue to use filters in this example by filtering only for destinations that include the word fixed. You can now see that we are filtered 3 times. This means that only options in the Magnus plan with prefix 55 containing the word fixed will be displayed. We can now apply changes to only these options. This allows us very fine control of the batch update function. If we remove the filters, you can now see that our changes have been applied. You can see that they only affect the options that were filtered at the time we applied the batch update. A new feature related to batch update is that when we have a field with a monetary value, you can get these new options: increase, decrease, and percent. Let's demonstrate this. We will begin by applying some filters, in this case prefix 54 only. Now we will run a batch update. For the sale price, we could put a fixed value. We can also use the plus and minus buttons. This will increase the value of the tariff proportionally. For example, let's enter 20. We will then click increase and percent. This will now proportionally increase the sale price of all the entries by 20% based on their previous tariff. You can see that everything has gone up 20%. This works for batch update all and batch update selected as well. You can also decrease by percentages. You can see in this example we've increased the price 100% on selected values only. That will conclude this MBilling video tutorial. Remember to subscribe to our channel. This video has been sponsored by Synapse Global, www.synapseglobal.com.